Hey guys, today I wanted to share with you some of my favorite morning sickness remedies. So I am 16 weeks now and still have full-blown morning sickness slash all-day sickness. I don't know why it's called morning sickness because a lot of us have it all day. I'm going to share some of the natural things that made me feel better, and I'm also going to share my experience with the prescription medications that I tried. Because I found when I was Googling these prescription medications, I did not find a lot of real-life experiences with them. And so I thought that might be helpful to you guys as well. Okay, first up, Preggy Pops. You can get these at the pharmacy or on Amazon. I'll link all these things down below in case you just want to do that. And these Preggy Pops are made especially for pregnant women who are experiencing morning sickness. These have all natural ingredients and there are a mix of sweet and sour candies in there. I found these to be helpful early in my pregnancy when I wasn't like totally turned off by sugar. There was a period where I was totally turned off by sugar, and even the sour candies tasted a little sweet sometimes, and so these were not the best. Now I can still handle them sometimes, and they're good when I'm not actually barfing, but I'm just feeling like a little nauseous. These maybe take the edge off. Okay guys, these Lifesaver mints have been a literal lifesaver. So peppermint is known to help nausea, and these don't taste sweet at all to me, so they didn't make me sick when I was like really hating sweets, which was great. I just put like a ton of them in my purse and I would suck on them throughout the day, and man, these really did help. Even if I was actually throwing up, I could take one of these afterwards and I would feel a little better. Another one you wouldn't expect is Fritos Scoops. So for some reason, these help me with my nausea. I don't know what it is. Salty foods can help with nausea, but I've like not been too into crackers. I think because I threw up crackers so much like early in my pregnancy. But the Fritos Scoops I've been all about. Kyle ate the last of them the other day, and like I almost killed him because I was feeling nauseous and really wanted some, so he got me some more. But yeah, those surprisingly good. Ginger tea, I have mixed feelings about. So it does help, but I feel like when I'm nauseous, a lot of times I want a cold drink instead of a hot drink. But it's nice to have that option of a hot drink. And the ginger tea really isn't sweet at all, which was nice. It's very spicy and very strong, so I recommend making it kind of weak if you're gonna make ginger tea, because otherwise it's kind of like a ginger explosion in your mouth. But after I drank the ginger tea, I usually did feel a little better, so I'm keeping it on my list. That brings me in to ginger ale. There was a period of time when I was having kind of a hard time keeping water down. Water can be kind of tough on the tummy, especially when you're just really having it bad. So the ginger ale definitely came in handy. Just the carbonation and the ginger just, I think, helped. You know, the sugar did sometimes turn me off. And so I would just kind of go back and forth. Like if I could handle ginger ale, I would drink that. If I could handle water, I would drink that. I would definitely recommend you guys getting some mint flavored Tums. This is just a generic version. And the mint flavor I think really helped my nausea, because if I was having a tummy ache and I had nausea, I would go ahead and take those. Versus like I think the normal flavors of Tums would really gross me out and make me puke. So mint flavored Tums if you are having a lot of tummy issues and you need a little help. This is peppermint scented essential oil that I got off Amazon, and I just roll it on like this, and then everything kind of smells like peppermint. And it was super handy when Kyle would like cook something that would like gross me out and make me want to puke. I could like put a little of this on myself. And at work, you know, if someone down the hall microwaved chicken, man, I would hate them, but like I would just put a little of this on and it'd be not as bad. So this is handy to have in your purse. These I did not know were a thing until I read on a few mommy blogs about them, and they are so handy. So they're called emesis bags, which is basically like a throw up bag, and they just they pop out and you can puke in them, and then you can just like seal them up. And so I bought like a pack of like 30 of these, and I have them in my purse, and like I have them by my bed, so if I don't feel like I'm gonna make it to the toilet like in the middle of the night, I can just use one of these babies. Or if I'm driving or something, I don't have to like pull over, because that's kind of hard to do. So those are handy. Okay, now for the prescription medications. And I know some people are gonna judge me for this section or think I'm crazy for even talking about it, because I know it's kind of taboo to like somehow take any kind of medication when you're pregnant, and people think you should just tough it out. But really, like, I think it's perfectly fine. These medications have been clinically proven safe for pregnant women, and if your OB is prescribing them, they obviously feel pretty good about them. And you have to take your health into consideration as well as the babies, you know? Like, if you're getting very malnourished, then that's a huge problem. That's bad for both of you. So, I mean, I was throwing up like 4 times a day, and I just needed help. And then also just the nausea. I mean, I had to go to work still, and I would just feel terrible, terrible, terrible all day. And so these medications helped. Well, one helped, the other ones kind of sucked. But I'm going to talk about that because I didn't know really anything about these medications, and I think it helps to find out what other people thought of them. Like, everyone's body is different, and everyone reacts to medications differently, and you should totally talk to your doctor and do what is right for you, you know. Maybe if you aren't that sick, maybe you don't need these, and that's great. But I'm just gonna go ahead and share my experience. So the first thing I was prescribed was Zofran. And I was prescribed this, I don't know, at my first appointment, maybe like 7 weeks. And I was already throwing up some by then, and I was just really, really miserable at work. And so my doctor prescribed Zofran, and basically they just like kind of melt on your tongue. They taste kind of minty. And at first, this kind of cut it. Each pill lasts like 5 to 7 hours, so I mainly just used it at work because I found if I actually took it like all day consistently, I'd get a really bad tummy ache. But at first it really did help with the nausea, and then as I progressed in my pregnancy, I got more and more sick, and I would still just feel terrible, terrible, terrible when I was on it. So I would usually wake up and throw up because in the mornings the Zofran was just completely out of my system. And then I would go ahead and take the Zofran, and that would kind of last me through work. And I wouldn't throw up at work usually, but I also would still feel just terrible, like just so sick, so nauseous all day long. And so then at night, I tried to not take the Zofran so I didn't get a tummy ache, but then I would throw up again. Sometimes I would throw up in the middle of the night. And that was just kind of the cycle. So I felt like there had to be something better out there. So I talked to my doctor, and the second one I tried was promethazine. And I don't know a lot about this medication, but it kind of freaked me out that the word meth was in it. I don't know, that just seemed a little much. But yeah, it didn't do anything. Like, I still threw up, I still felt terrible. I felt like maybe a little more tired. Yeah, so I went back to the Zofran for a couple weeks after that. And then everyone kept telling me about Diclegis, which is a Benadryl derivative that a lot of women have found to really help them. And so I talked to my doctor about it, and I asked her, you know, should I try Diclegis? And she was like, yeah, we can. I'm just worried that it'll make you really, really tired since you mainly need help, like getting through the workday. And I was like, true, true. And then I was like, okay, I think I want to just try it just to, you know, see. Because some people were saying that they didn't feel that tired, and it just really helped them. And she recommended that I actually try Fongesta. So apparently it's like the same as Diclegis. This is just like slow release, so like throughout the day. So my first day on it, I felt like a little weird, like maybe a little extra tired, definitely less nauseous. And then my second day on it, I lost my freaking mind. And I'm like not even kidding. Like, I was an emotional wreck. I was like angry for no reason. I was just like wandering around the house crying when I got home. I was like, yeah, this is not working out. And you know, it's a Benadryl derivative, and I've always been weird on Benadryl. Like, it's always made me weird or emotional or whatever. But this was like whole new level. So that was just not gonna work out. I mean, I was feeling less nauseous, definitely, but like I can't just be like a nut job for like the 5 months I have left, you know? So then back on the Zofran, and that's kind of where I'm at now. So it does help, and my nausea has gotten better. So from weeks like 6 to 12, I was just like miserably ill. Like, I would get home from work and just go straight to bed, and like, I mean, the remedies would like sometimes help, but you know, I still felt terrible. And then after week 12, I mean, I still throw up several times a week, and I still have nausea every single day, all day, but it's not like it's taking over my life completely. Like, now I can like go to dinner with Kyle sometimes, or you know, I'm eating 3 meals a day again, and I can do some social things. Like, I'm still wiped. I get so tired, and I mean, I'm not myself, and I certainly don't feel myself. Like, I still feel bad, but it's not as bad as it was. So yeah, I mean, that probably, especially that last part, probably wasn't very encouraging if you're having really bad morning sickness, but sorry about that. And I hope that some of these help you, though, because that was the goal of my video. I just realized I kind of took a different turn. But I don't know. That's just how it's been for me. That's what's helped me. That's what's not helped me. I'd love to hear your stories in the comments section. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please subscribe if you haven't and hit the notification bell. I'd love to have you join my YouTube family. And I'll see you next time.